Alright boys, and welcome back to another PvP story video. This one's all about me trying to get my main base down, and I actually go ahead and use one of my own designs in this video. You already know we're leeching off the same group. Let's throw in the codes and grab ourselves a gun from the boxes, because you know we've earned that shit. Straight away I'm taken outside and introduced to the new neighbors, and they're super friendly and they'd love to give away loot. For example, this guy stood still on his roof with an M2 and allowed my teammate to shit on him. And the boy at the front of the base was even more shloaded. Within seconds of me getting on the server, I tripled my teammates' loot and gotten them an M2. The boys ended up going AFK, so I went back to the neighbors to see if they were handing out anything else. Not sure what he was doing on roof with an L9, I'm sure he just wanted to give it away. This time they left a couple of doors open for me, but there was a shotgun trap, so there was no way I could go deep. After they'd been so kind, I decided to go back over one more time and just see what else I'd get. Out of nowhere, the boys start getting raided, so we head over to help them save their base.
Kill him, bro. He's all the way deep. Only one guy. I locked the second guy in. Oh, he's dead! Loot him! Loot
The
me!
base owner was a bit of a nut job, so we decided to get away from that for a while. I ended up heading out with Bitch Boy, and he went to do some farming so I could build the base. Luckily my teammate is a farming expert, it's all he's good at, and the jackhammer spray on him is incredible. The plan was to get the mini Banshee built, which is one of my bases that I uploaded recently. Roughly this is what we need to build the base, so keep that in mind. A lot of farming to do. That was the plan, to get that one built, and then our loot is definitely going to be safe and we'll be ready to defend from onlines or even offlines. Before we can even depot the farm, we just get ambushed. Luckily the AK roof camper wasn't wearing a headset, so I got an easy kill. And once we cleaned those guys up, it was time to put the good farm to use and get the footprint down for the base. I still want to do some PvPing, so I just put the first 3 TCs down for just now. Again, if you boys are curious as to what this base is, it's the mini Banshee and it's on my channel just now. We'd absolutely recommend if you're able to get the mats. While I was trying to build the base, I was quickly reminded why I only like to build on build servers. Luckily my teammates popped him in the head and I went back to building. And once I got all 3 TCs secured, we left the base alone for just now and decided to go out on a boat. We found a poor naked who was absolutely shloaded.
Bye, baby.
I did feel bad for him, so I picked him up and helped him build his base.
Mate, I'm just trying to get a base down, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
While my teammates are getting absolutely beamed, I just start building a cheeky little water base. And I don't know if Blueprint and his boys couldn't see me in the water or something, but these LR warriors were blind. I just decided to take my time and build myself a little base with some nice peaks. I ran out of mats before I could finish off the shooting floor, but I was still able to get some hits in. My teammates ended up cleaning them up, and the boys were absolutely shloaded, so I have no idea why they shot us. We looted up all the bodies and took that farm and jogged home. Next it was time to do a bit more base work, so I chucked down some large furnaces so we could cook up all of our farm. We had around about 3 boxes of metal ore to cook, so I brought 5 large furnaces. The metal was taking absolutely ages to cook, so I sent my servant away over to Outpost. He did some recycling and bought some metal frags. He did a really great job and got us lots of metal, so everyone say well done, bitch boy. Now I had plenty of metal frags and I could continue building the base. We got the starter base finished off and the entire shell is built as well. Next I went out for a little solo roam and I had the most AIDS fight of my life. Just to paint you guys a picture, we had one AK guy on a roof holding me from far. Then we had a road sign Tommy kid who liked to quick peek me from under foundations. And to top it all off, some freak was sitting in the base over there, behind an armoured door hatch. I was well and truly pinched and these boys took so long to eventually push me. No idea why that was their strategy, however I decided to whip out the M2 and show those boys how to actually PvP. Threw a couple of full metals off them and then to top it all off we raided their base and took the rest of their stuff. They actually had a decent bit of stuff and they had a scrap heli somehow, so we took all of that back to base. While I was doing a little bit more building, my 2 teammates went onto oil rig and they ended up needing some help. For starters, we've got some genius helicoptering straight onto the boat part. Potentially the luckiest headshot of my life gets me the set. This is actually a pretty busy oil rig run, a lot of people came around, so I don't blame them for needing some assistance. Then it was time to loot up all the bodies, and there were so many of them. That was a juicy oil run. A couple of weirdos tried to swim over, but they eventually gave up doing that. And we had to take the minicopter to do a couple of trips on oil because there was so much loot. Once we knew we were safe, we started the crate and took down the heavies. I'm sure you guys have seen heavy scientists on oil rig get killed before, so we'll just skip to the looting bodies part. And lastly, we're going to open up the crate. Let's see what's inside. Brilliant. Couldn't be any more happy with that. That's really good. Awesome. And we flew all that juice back to base and deployed. This is me deploying some of our loot into the bunkers, just so you guys can see how cool the core is. After my team logged off, I decided to do a little raid. I spotted an exposed external TC that looked pretty juicy, and I decided to hit it just for fun. Managed to find a pretty sneaky way inside the compound, which was cool. Two boxes and a TC inside, hopefully they're juicy. Pretty shloaded for an external TC, I'm definitely not going to complain. A couple of boys heard the noise from the C4, but they weren't a problem.
Hello, Kieran, hello. And I'm just a naked, no need.
Once again, we depoted the juice and headed back out for some solo roams. My neighbors decided to jump online. These boys hadn't been online for a while, but I decided to go ahead and try some PvP. Once I bopped the one far away, I decided to try and loot him. However, the two teammates peeked me from the door at the exact same time and there was nothing I could do. Luckily, these two guys forgot to turn on their monitors before they started shooting, so I managed to survive that one.
Shut up.
Every so often I saw my neighbors and I decided to let them know that I was still here. After I tagged them up a couple of times, they ditched their boat and ran inside, so I decided to take their boat on a little trip. I needed some more stone for the base, and the PvP that I was getting off them was pretty boring, so I headed over to this island to try and find some nodes. I depoted my stone and ended up running into the neighbor once again. In the end, this is how we had the base looking. We got the entire base built, which I was super happy with. The base is looking like an absolute monster and no one tried to go near it the entire wipe. If you guys are looking for a good base design, I would recommend this one. The open core just feels really cozy and there's plenty of bulk space and bunkers. Definitely one of my favorite ones, and I'll use this one even more often in the future. We got the whole base down in one day, so no excuses boys, these bases are easy to build. And we had that open core and bunkers filled up with loot. Come the end of the wipe, we were absolutely shloaded. We were running out of bulk space, every box was filled with sulfur, guns, and anything else you could think of. Overall, really good wipe, really good snowball. Hopefully you boys did enjoy the video, and if you did, please feel free to leave a like and drop me a comment. Let me know if you guys are enjoying these new style of videos, I really want to keep doing them. So keep an eye out for more of these videos to come, and I'll see you boys in the next one.